I'm so excited to finally be sharing a new video with you today. So I'm going to be sharing all about my brushing routine with my Pomeranians. So they do have different hair types, so that's what I want to go into a little bit more depth with. So Bella is more of a smooth coated Pomeranian. So come here, Bella. Come here. So as you can see, she has more of a silky coat. And Emma's definitely more fluffy, so there are different techniques to getting a thorough brush, and these are things that I learned over time, so I hope that they'll be helpful to you. Start with Bella's grooming first. This I try to do about every week just to get the loose hair out, and especially during the spring and fall, that's when the most shedding occurs, so that you can get it out with the brush instead of having to vacuum it all. So with Bella, it's pretty simple and her hair doesn't tangle that easily, thankfully. But first, I just start off with a deodorizing spray. This kind of helps the hair not fly around and also conditions it and makes them smell nice. I always like this brand, Earth Bath. I also use their shampoos. So first, I'm just going to give her a light coating of the spray. And I just cover the face so it doesn't like spray into their eyes. I just gave a light quick coating on top, and then for Bella I found that a slicker brush works the best. It's not her favorite brush, it kind of gives her like the little shivers, but it definitely takes out the most loose hair. So right now, you can see she kind of had a little shiver there. So the main thing that you want to do is go down all the way to the skin. So it doesn't really benefit you or the dog if you just like go on top. It's not even brushing it. Honestly, like that's just smoothing out the top coat. You really want to make sure you're going all the way down to the root. So I kind of grab it where I'm starting it so that it doesn't like tug the skin, and then push down gently, but you can feel kind of where the skin ends. And then push down, and it's already taking out so much dead hair. And this is not cutting her hair. This is like loose hair that's just waiting to fall out. So you just go over the whole body and then get out as much dead hair as you can. She's trying to escape, but I just hold her supportively so that she knows. This is also, you know, it's not Bella's first time. It takes time to train your dog to accept brushing, and see, she didn't really like that, so I'm just going to be a little bit more careful. She lets me know, and I just try to kind of go with her flow. This is already how much hair comes off, so I just kind of push the back of the brush and then it comes all off. And then you can just toss this fluff ball. And now I'll just keep going until I get as much hair as possible. And you really want to, over time, identify the areas of your dog that tend to release more hair. So personally for Bella, I found that she releases a lot of hair near the back and these like pant hairs. So that's where I would want to focus a lot of the brushing. And then other areas that you want to be mindful of are the ones that get more tangled. So for Pomeranians, I've noticed they mostly get mats behind the ears and under the armpits, and that is because the hair is more fine. So it tends to tangle more and it's more cottony. I wanted to quickly show you how I get finer areas that maybe have some pieces stuck in them. So for example, if you look right here, hopefully you can see, she kind of has some stuff stuck in her hair. So quickly I'm going to take this flea comb, and she doesn't have fleas, but I just really like this comb because it's super fine and it gets out any debris. So I just quickly take it and then run it through, and then it's all collected here and you can throw it away. This brush, this little comb, is also very nice for cleaning out around the eyes. So this is something you want to be very careful with, but I'll just show you. So they tend to get those tear stains, and then some of the gunk kind of collects. So I just take the very end and kind of brush it through, and then some of that crusty stuff comes off. This is the only way that I found to really get it off the best without hurting the dog. See, I'm just kind of supporting her head and then quickly taking it off. Alright, I think she's done, and I'll show you Emma now. Emma definitely is in need of a brush, but her hair is not as silky and it kind of gets more like stuck and then sticking out all over the place. So her brushing is a little bit different. You can use this kind of slicker brush, but I found that a regular brush like this works the best. So I actually got this one not too long ago because my other one broke, but I love it. It's like the bristle things are really long, so it gets through all the way down to the skin. And I can link this one down below if that's helpful for you. So with Emma, you want to do the same thing. So start off with the deodorizing spray. This also helps a lot with breakage so that you don't have breakage on the dog's hair. So I'm just giving a very light mist, and then the comb or brush will distribute it. And then you can always add more, but you just don't want to add too much because it can leave like a layer on the hair and skin. Okay. So now I'm just starting off, and you want to be careful because this can like still pull their skin. So you just want to kind of put your hand down where you're starting and then gently pull the brush through the hair. And then you want to keep doing this until you don't have any resistance. So this can take a while, especially with very fluffy dogs. I mean, that's just the nature. You have to take good care of them, and that involves a lot of brushing. So I just really can't stress this enough that you just have to go all the way down to the skin. So like, see how it's like not going smoothly? So that's why I just have to keep going until it goes much smoother. Now it's going much smoother. So if you don't go all the way down to the skin, that's what causes mats, and it's just not letting their skin or hair like breathe. And also with fuzzier dogs like this, that's where the hair clumps in. So basically, like, instead of all the hair falling out when it's dead, it'll just kind of clump inside, so you really want to release that hair. And so another technique that I do to really make sure I'm getting all the way down to the skin is I'll brush in sections. So I kind of already did this top layer, just kind of going through and checking my work. Okay, so now I'll lift up this section that I brushed and start with this section. Emma's such a good girl. She's definitely used to this process because it does take a while and we have to do it often. I would say at least do it every week if you can. But you just want to always be checking and trying to prevent mats from forming. So one area that Emma's a little bit sensitive with is behind the ears. Her hair is very thick there, so I want to brush it in layers. So I kind of pull the ear back and then brush it forward and then down, just to really check that there's no mats and that it's very smooth. And then you also just kind of want to feel, like with your fingers, I'm feeling where the skin is so that I'm making sure to go all the way in there. And for this, I'm using like just the tip to kind of brush it out like that. You don't want to go like this because that can like pull the hair, but I'm just gently going kind of with the tip, especially in those delicate, sensitive areas. And if I do go a little bit too rough, she'll squeak and let me know, but I'm really trying to be careful. So see, now just to kind of get this through a little bit quicker, I tend to go like that, and then it goes in layers. And also another area that's very important to brush is the back, but the underside is an area that tends to get more dirty because that's where they walk. So it tends to get wet and dirty, and all this stuff sticks to it. So One thing I do with Emma is just flip her over. Not sure if your dog will let you do this, but most of them do. Even with Bella, I would just say like have her stand on the table and then brush underneath, but Emma's super nice and she lets me do all this stuff to her. I think she actually likes it. She likes the attention. So it was dry here, so that's why I sprayed a little bit more. Just careful not to get the spray in their eyes. Yeah, so here I'm definitely feeling some resistance, so I just want to brush through that until the brush goes through smoothly. This process is just like, you know, you should see it as therapeutic and spending time with your dog. It's also a good time to check over your dog for any health concerns, or just in general, like check for fleas or ticks in the summer especially. You're kind of going through and like seeing the condition of their skin and making sure there's no injuries. So same thing with Emma. If there's any small sections that I want to do some detailed work with, I might use this little flea comb. So right now I'm just going through her eyes to get out that crusty stuff. And there's also a lot of dead hair around her nose, so this little brush works so good to take all that off. It's really surprising. Okay, so that's good. And then one thing I did want to show you really quick is how to use this mat removing brush. So this brush is a little bit, or comb is a little bit tricky to use. It took me some time to get used to it and kind of learn the proper way to use it. Oh, sorry, there's hair all over the place now. But so basically it's like a little saw comb, and the way that you want to use it is to locate the mat. So she doesn't really have any, but I'll kind of try to demonstrate, is to locate the mat. So you kind of want to grab it and then take these fine tooth comb ends and then slide it underneath the mat. And then you can put your thumb on here, and then you're gonna work your way like side to side to cut through the mat. So this is very, I don't know, like you kind of have to get used to it and see how your dog is taking it. Depending on the mat size, it does take some time, and you really want to hold the mat so you don't pull the skin. But basically, so you take the skin, put it under the mat, and then go back and forth. So right now I just don't want to cut her hair, but I know it is brushed there. Well, I'm gonna go finish brushing my dogs now, but I really hope these tips were helpful for you and that you're inspired to brush your dogs weekly or as much as you can, just to keep them in healthy shape. And I'm really excited to be making videos again. Like and subscribe, or leave a comment down below on what other videos you'd like to see, and I'll try to make that soon. Thank you. Bye. Say bye.